Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's up, people? Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted podcast. I'm here with Bill Dawes. Bill, where are you?
I'm at my apartment.
Oh, nice.
In LA.
Oh, behind the left street kind of place?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. I just told everyone where you live.
Also, not to name drop, but Jeremy Renner was like, "Don't you live in a dumpster behind the Laugh Factory?" And that's pretty accurate.
How did he know that?
He lives in Reno, so every time I go to Reno, he comes to his show.
But how did he know that you lived in the dumpster behind the Laugh Factory?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe Katie told him.
Word gets around in Hollywood.
Yeah, it gets around. We're here with
When he takes 5 or 6 girls back to the apartment, they kind of complain.
Yeah.
But, so you have a trailer in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And then you live in a dump behind the Laugh Factory. But you're the most successful actor I know. Just so you know.
All my money goes to my children.
You work every month. I don't know anyone that works as much as you in acting. And you're never proud of it. Never proud of it. You're always like, it's unbelievable. I guess that's what happens when you go to Yale. You went to Yale, right? Or Princeton.
Princeton, yeah.
Yeah, and then your brothers are all like doctors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could be back at Princeton just protesting with all those Hamas people. Oh God, that'd be so fun.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem. It's like if having your brothers are all UFC champions, like you're ranked 7th in the UFC. Like you just feel like, yeah. I mean, nobody's more successful, I think, than the John Jones family. The mom had 3 kids. 2 were in the NFL, and 1 was John Jones.
2 were in the NFL? I thought 1, really 2. Wow.
Arthur and Chandler.
Wow.
I mean,
that's amazing. Who's the dad?
I don't know who the dad was. I
mean, let's just take a wild guess. Not around.
Sam Tripoli had a joke how like Nike should sponsor her womb. But we're waiting for Mayhem Miller. He's supposed to be here. I don't know where he is. But we'll just start with the show. And then we have Sam Alvey coming in, who's now the heavyweight. He's the heavyweight champion in karate combat. I don't even know the guy who did karate. And he's actually the heavyweight champion in karate combat. So I did a show at Katie's new club, right? Katie Cazorla, a friend of both of ours, opened up a comedy club, and beautiful club. Have you been there?
Yeah, I did a show there once. Yeah.
So the guy that went on before me, he was like,
anybody show up?
Yes, the waiters, the waitresses, the manager, the guy that works in the.
Then they all quit.
So, dude, the guy who goes on before me was like the special guest writer. He wrote like all these Seinfelds. Worked on Seinfeld for 9 years, this guy, right? And he goes up there, he's like soft-spoken, like maybe 70 years old. He's doing really well. Makes a joke about Palestine. I didn't hear the joke because I was in the back. All of a sudden, some guy stands up. Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide!
Oh my God!
Free Palestine! Free! You're a racist! Like what is this guy accomplishing? Like what is going on at a comedy club? And so the guy gets off and he does well, and then some lady in the crowd gets up and she's like, "I'm Muslim and I like these jokes," right? So like now he's fighting with her, right?
Good for her.
Yeah. So I go on.
I'm glad she got some balls.
Yeah. So I go on next, and I was like, I go, "Hey man, I don't want to divide the crowd, so let's talk about Israel." Like that was my opener, just to
Yeah.
And then I go, and the guy left without paying. So I'm like, free Palestine, more like free drinks, And But I'm like, that's actually a pretty, you go to a place and don't pay your bill, start chanting "Free Palestine." You can probably like leave. With
they kick. Yeah. Well, also they'll kick you out, and then you don't have to pay when they kick you out.
Yeah, right. This is kind of a genius move.
The Free Palestine hack.
Yeah, and then of course someone was like, "That lady was great. That Muslim lady diffused the situation." And I was like, "Yeah, normally when you hear Muslim and fuse, it's not good." Like, dude, I was actually really happy with the set, but man, I'm just like, well, come on, they're not helping their cause by blocking traffic and the student protests and canceling graduation.
They're fucking simple-minded. They're fucking simple-minded.
Yeah.
Allah Akbar.
Oh no.
Speaking of simple-minded. Perfect time.
Jason, I was saying I was doing a comedy show and this guy went on before me and made a Palestine joke and some guy got up and yelled "Free Palestine" and got kicked out. And like, I mean, at a comedy club, this guy, the guy was like, I didn't even make the joke wasn't even about Palestine. I go, even if it was, it's a comedy club. This is a stand-up comedy club, where you're allowed to say whatever you want. It's a comedy club,
Yeah, anymore. Unless it's the 80s.
Yeah. What were you saying, Jason?
No, I was just wondering how much Palestine normally costs and why is it free now?
True. No, it's crazy, right? So then I had my daughter's.
What is Palestine's? Is this like rock candy or something like that? I don't understand what Palestine's are. Is this a Flintstones reference? I don't understand Palestine. I need to watch TV again.
You're better off not. Then it was my daughter's.
See out jail for a while.
Yeah.
So then my daughter had her graduation, right? And I actually
graduation from what?
Kindergarten.
They have kindergarten graduations now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bruh. Really, bro?
How did that make you feel, Adam?
It made me feel great. She was the first one in my family to graduate kindergarten. So I get this doll. She gives me this doll that like is dressed up in a gown. She has a gown, like she has a little doll that's dressed up in a graduation gown. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know if she could see me, right? So I started waving it up. And just like that way, when she's on stage, and then she starts laughing, right? My daughter says, because she sees the doll. But now that's the worst thing you can do for a comic is laugh. Because now I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep doing it and make her laugh every time. So I'm like, the doll's dancing. And then my wife's like, the people behind us can't see now. So now I'm like, no, they can see. So then the prince.
Let me get this straight. You're in the front row or the third row of a kindergarten graduation, dancing around with a doll, giggling. Let me just get this mental picture in my head.
Yes.
That tracks.
Did not escort you out there to carry the subway? What the hell?
You should start sounding Free Palestine.
Yeah. Free drinks for everybody, bro.
Dude, when I was in the Middle East a month ago, they had these dolls they were selling, and it was pretty cute. But like they had like regular Barbies, and then they had like hijab Barbies, where the girls were dressed like like they were like
Is it glued on their face so they can't take it off? Like that's the big question.
Do they finish the facial features, right?
Yeah.
Dude, then they had like Tickle Me Muhammad. I'm not kidding. Where like you tickle Muhammad and like
Wait, you can't show Muhammad though if you're Muslim though. You can't have an image of Muhammad.
The guy's name it was the kid's name was Muhammad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was well, over the weekend I took my daughter to this like fairy hunt, right? Where you look for fairies. It's like
West Hollywood?
It's like an off-Broadway show. It's a show where like
West Hollywood.
Hey, wait, why is the fairy leading the fairy festival?
No, it's different. No, this thing it's called a fairy hunt, right? And you go there, and all these kids dress up as fairies. First of all, one kid showed up dressed up as Darth Vader, and he's like, "I'm here to kill the fairies," right? And he had like a lightsaber. I think it was
good man.
So
that was Don's kid.
That was Don.
Yeah.
So
that's where that little bastard went. Didn't invite me.
So
I got stuck with a watermelon festival.
So I take my daughter there, and then this girl dressed up as a gnome, right? And her whole thing is like she's a gnome and she wants to be a fairy. It's a whole cute thing. It was on a farm. There was alpacas there, whole thing, right? So I tag my daughter and this girl on Instagram and I find the girl the fairy hunt. I'm looking through her pictures. She's got like topless photos. Like, I mean, they're like, she's painted, right? But like body paint, or you could, and I'm like, man, can anything just be pure and wholesome now?
No.
Yeah.
So we're all good. Next week, Mayhem, want to go to this fairy hunt? We won't take the kids.
Well, I mean, obviously, totally. Wait, I'm actually got a body paint set in my garage. I'll bring it with me.
Dude, can we talk about Mayhem, your training, by the way, for the CB Dalloway fight? Can we talk about that or not?
What the hell? Nice segue there. You're a fucking expert. Get that
Speaking of fairies,
well, yeah.
Like Johnny Garson.
Mayhem, can we talk about that or no?
I mean, yeah. Like, you know, I had a vacation booked for a good long time to like exclusive resort. They call it Hedonism 2, not Hedonism 1, Hedonism 2, right? So while CB Dalloway was fucking trading his ass off, I don't know, banging somebody's ginger wife. You know what I mean? Like, it was a weird, yeah. You know,
no, that's not even what I'm talking about. I call Mayhem, right? And I'm like, hey, how's training going? He's like, I'm in New York for the Kevin James movie, right? I go, oh, great, man. So you going to the Gracies, you training? Like, he goes, no, I went to this dungeon. I found this body. It was like an S&M thing. And this lady came and tied me up and tried putting a ball gag in me.
Tied me up, strapped me up with fishing line, bro, and electrocuted my balls, bro. I don't know, man. Listen, that was like a wild one, bro. I did not know what I was getting into. I just wanted to know what that was all about. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, let's see what it's all. I'm here. I don't know.
How many times did you go back?
Boy, no, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing is I tried it once. I said, you know, it's not for me. I'm not really a submissive type person. So, you know, okay. But then the dominatrix was like hitting me up for like months after that, like just constantly text telemarketing me. And I was like, do you do this to all your clients? And she's like, no. She's like, no. Can I come out? And yeah. And then she like came out.
Just the goofy ones.
Yeah. 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 And
wait, hold on. She electrocuted your balls?
yeah, dude. That was some next.
how does that work?
I did not know what was going to happen, bro. And she like shot me in the nuts. I was like, oh my God.
She has like a wand or something?
Listen, bro, I still didn't tell her where the nuclear codes were. You know what I mean? That's how hardcore I am. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you're tied up like this. You're tied up. She was
Not tied up like this. That's the thing, bro. She had you strapped up in this crazy, like, get up, like, it was like fishing line, bro. And it was attached to your nuts. So if you move too hard, you rip your dick off. So I'm just gonna demonetize. You know what I mean? Hardcore. Oh man.
So every time you made a move, you're nuts shocked.
Buddy, you can't. No. See, again, you always miss the fucking gist of the story. No, bro, it was strapped up so that if you move too much, it like cut off the blood, bro. You didn't want that.
Okay.
That, you know.
And you and like you paid for this?
Yeah. I was rich. It was a amount of money for me at the time. You know.
Right. Now
experience. Like a lot of guys want fucking crazy watches or cars. I want some crazy shit to happen. So, you know, I did that. It's not for me, but it's pretty badass. I could see why weird dudes who are like super rich do that, because once you like did everything, you like turn into Diddy. I never told you what my big brother and the man to flying scissor heel hook Anderson Silva, Rio Chonin told me before.
No.
Okay. When I was in Hollywood and I was really doing it up, right?
Yeah.
He watched me with this like cavalcade of women, and he was like, "Oh, many women." I was like, "Yeah, cool, right?" And he's like, "Oh, be careful, maybe boring." And I was like, "What?" I was like, maybe boring. And I was like, "Nah, dude, I don't think I'm gonna get bored of sleeping with the most beautiful women in California. I don't think so. No. well, one second. And he grabs his translator, like a little computer translator. My friend, number one, big, and he's typing, producer, number one producer. And he is fucking many women. He's fucking many, he fucking model and the number one actress. And he fucking many. Then
You fuck Bono.
And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, bruh, I gotta do something. But I really scaled back because he explained to me that the dudes get bored. They start banging dudes. They start he said, oh, and the many girls and shit his chest. And I was like, bro, I want to level up to that level of insanity. So yeah, I got a girlfriend right after that. I was
like, there's two things. First of all, there was a time where Mayhem was kind of going nuts, but when you had Rio Chonin take over your Twitter for some reason, and then all his tweets were just in that voice, and now I can see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had that, and the old dirty bastard took over my Twitter for a while. I think it's time for a Twitter takeover again. Who the
hell? Oh, me. Choose me.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Bill, then there was a time where Mayhem's like, hey, I want to come to my birthday party. It was like, this was right at I think in the middle of Bully Beatdown at the end. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'll come. I go to this club. Don, there was like 75 Asian women, right? And just Mayhem. There was no dudes. Like I was the only other dude.
You think so?
And these women,
good call.
Right. Dude, Mayhem.
You were there for? I was boring.
Dude, and then some of the women have like
Adam's apples,
shields and swords, and like everywhere you look is like kung fu fights in the corner. I mean, it was fucking. Women had like, and I'm like, Mayhem, who's that? And then Mayhem's like, oh, that's that her name is Goddess whatever. Like everyone had their own name, but it wasn't really their name. They all had.
It was like Pokemon.
Am I right?
Come on. Yeah, it was a wild time. I moved on from that, but damn, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I was into some weird stuff back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You miss it?
I can't imagine that,
dude. I'm like older now. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I'm like in a different headspace where that's like that was then. That was fun at the time, but I moved on.
Now you're like women in wheelchairs, huh?
Yeah. I'm done with them. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, so by the way, my dad's coming. My dad's sober now, which is great. Well, he's like Cali sober, which is like no weed. Oh no, it's only smoke weed. No. He's the opposite kind of sober. He doesn't smoke weed. He's everything but weed. Dude, there was a time where like remember my dog that bit Mayhem? I had this crazy dog, and my dad would always watch it, and it would bite everybody. It actually bit the KTLA weather woman in his building, her dog, and she wanted to have it put to sleep. She's like, your dog needs to, and she's like this animal person, right? And then what happened was the security guard had to come in the building to like break it up because she starts yelling at my dad, like, this dog's a blah, blah, blah. My dad's like, I'm sorry, blah, blah. It was my dog. And then she goes, my dad's like, calm down, sweetie, right? And then she tells the security guard, he just sexually harassed me by calling me sweetie.
God.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, he made a pass at me. And my dad goes, not on your best day. So the security guard loved me.
Adam, did you know that your dad lived in the same building with my ex-girlfriend Mandy?
I do. Yeah.
And he made some passes at Mandy. Your dad's a pimp.
Dude, anyways, my dad one time was like, he couldn't stand my dog, and all of a sudden one day he's like, hey, how's your dog doing? And I'm like, great. He's like, I'm gonna go check on my dog. I miss that guy. I'm like, that's weird. That's odd. Okay, no problem. I come back, half my weed is gone. Right? So I was like, Dad, did you steal my weed? And he goes, why?
That damn dog.
Why?
He doesn't even know.
Why?
He says, yes.
Yeah, what's the deal? Why do you stay sober when the guy is doing everything except weed?
Well, I mean, he's drinking. I'm saying he's not doing coke or.
Bro, But why are you even putting a juju on the word sober, bro?
Well, he's in like, he's in an anonymous group for people that smoke marijuana. So, Marijuana Anonymous. So I'm not supposed to say that. But yeah.
So he quit weed, but he stayed with alcohol.
Yeah.
Usually not the choice when you get older. Usually it's the opposite.
He wasn't good with weed. He was taking edibles all day long.
Okay.
Like I would call him. He'd start laughing at everything. I'm like, Dad, what time? One time I was with my daughter and I was driving past this place and she's like, Daddy, I have to go potty. So I'm like, Dad, I'm down the block. Can I come over? Violet has to go to the bathroom. He's like, oh, why? He starts yelling at me. I'm like, Dad, let me, fine. Dude, we come out of the elevator. It's like a rap video, like the elevator, like the whole floor is smoked out. Like I walk in the house, my dad's like opening up all the windows, the doors. So now every time my daughter smells, like if we're at a place and people are smoking weed, like on a boardwalk or something, she'll go, she goes, it smells like Papa Joe.
Immediately craps her pants.
She goes, yeah, it smells like Papa Joe. By the way, all right, let's talk about fighting a little bit. Did you guys watch the Paige Van Zandt Ellie Brooke fight?
Yeah,
the bare knuckle.
I mean, I watched the weigh-in like 16 times. I was on a
it was a boxing match. So somebody put it best that on the internet. He goes, so Ellie Brooke is a porn star who wants to become a fighter, and Paige Van Zandt's a fighter who's becoming a porn star. Like this is like, so everyone they're gonna fight. Everyone's like, oh, Paige Van Zandt's gonna kill this girl. This girl's a real fighter. She's had real fights, bare knuckle fights. This other girl has had 2 boxing matches, but they were all against influencers. She did influencer boxing, right? Yeah. So done. The fight starts, right? They both weigh in. They both look hot. Blah blah. The porn star Ellie Brooke drops Paige Van Zandt in round 1, like clean overhand right. Boom. Like everyone's like, you got to be kidding me. And then Paige Van Zandt gets up and then wins the next 4 rounds, but they called it a split draw. I was kind of shocked. Oh. I talked to Mayhem over the weekend and I'm like, what is it with these MMA guys and becoming boxers? And you think it's actually, they have a disadvantage sometimes, right? Jason, you were saying?
Well, all right. So when you're doing mixed martial arts, there's a very different range that you have to fight from because of kicks and elbows, and there's like a different range, and you don't always hang out in the pocket, and you don't have great defensive responsibility because there's other things to worry about. So I believe that the reason that we're having these weird boxing matches where guys get messed up in boxing is because they just don't have the 10,000 hours requisite for being an expert at boxing. They're so used to relying on other skills. I see it all the time because when I first got back, to training recently, I would ask guys, hey, let's just box. And because, I don't want to mess my knee up. My legs were not strong enough yet to do kicks. I don't want to injure myself. So I would box with guys, and guys would have a big problem because now they can't kick. Now they can't knee. So it would be like, they're kind of like fish out of water a little bit because they don't have the skills that they rely on to exit the pocket, they don't have a good feeling of range when there's no kicks to worry about or for me to worry about, I think that's what we're dealing with. I think that if MMA fighters, and the other thing is that MMA fighters, I don't think they change camps. I think what happens is like Paige probably stayed with her MMA coaches and did boxing for a while. And I think that unless you're in the gym with other boxers, like real, like boxers, that I think that it kind of makes it so that they don't have that feeling of sparring against real boxers and don't have that timing and the exits to the pocket that they do if they just train boxing. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it.
And going toe to toe with her. And this is what I said, Bill.
Yeah, straight right there. A straight right there. And that
toe to toe with her. And this is what I said, Bill.
Yeah, this straight right, you know, her hand was hanging real low, and that's fine when you're in a kicking range. You can hang your hand real low because there's no head kick coming from, you know, like if you're far out, but if you're tight in, you're still within that punch range, and you have your hand hanging low. Well, guess what? That's what happens.
And I mean, don't you also think that a girl like going punch for punch is a 50-50 chance of you winning if you're going to go punch for punch with anybody, pretty much? I mean, Don, what do you think about these MMA guys having a tough time crossing over to boxing?
Yeah, I think Mayhem's correct. You know, it's a specialized sport, and you've got to get rid of all the other weapons that you have and just concentrate on the one weapon that's available to you. You know, is your hands and your head, footwork and head work, you know, movement. And when you get in there and you have guys that are thinking about other things, it doesn't help you out. So you've got to go to the gym that specializes in it.
Yeah, go to a boxing gym. You're right. You're right. And now, is it weird that Tyson went to Rafael? Is it Cordero? Is that the guy he's training with? Because he's an MMA trainer, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or I think the difference there, I believe, is that the pad work from Cordero is like, that's where I learned my pad work from. So like the pad work from Cordero is, you know, really high level. And it's not like Mike Tyson ever fought MMA. He's not going to have those habits that are ingrained in a lot of MMA fighters where they make these mistakes where they put their hands in bad places and, you know, fight from a kicking range. And, you know, that's a different animal. Then again, you know, I guess I could be the smart guy and blame it on Cordero. And when Jake Paul weathers the storm first few rounds.
So Don, what we're saying is that Tyson has been training with Rafael Cordero, who I think out of King's MMA is the trainer. So I was like a little bit curious as to why he was doing that, but Jason made a good point. Well, he's not coming from MMA to begin with, so what's the difference? But I don't know if you heard over the weekend, Don, Tyson was on an airplane and had some ulcer problems and had to get rushed to the hospital right when so then they got a picture of him in a wheelchair, and it's one of the saddest things ever. So he's 57 years old, 58, and he's in a wheelchair, and Jake Paul's like, and everyone's saying, don't let this fight happen. Okay, enough. We don't want to. And Jake's like, you guys don't know what you're talking about, this and that. I said he actually probably thinks that Tyson's got a better advantage now because he's in a wheel. He's like, but I mean, fuck, it's not a good look. I don't care what anybody says. I think Tyson's going to get murked. I mean, his last fight where he got pressed a little bit, he quit. He quit against Kevin McBride 20 years ago or 18 years ago. He quit on the stool. And this is 20 years ago, and he was in way better shape then. Jason?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want to say? I don't want to talk about one of my heroes. You know what I mean?
Jake Paul's your hero?
Wow, I didn't know that.
In there, strapping stilts to his legs so he don't fall off the ball. Put him on a backboard and standing him up. So that, you should do it like the ancient Romans did, where they just, or maybe it was the Greeks, where they just tie the guys to rocks and then just push them together like that. You know, there's crazier things have been done.
In that case, Don Frye.
No, you know what? We can rig up like a chariot kind of system, right? Like a rickshaw where I'm behind Tyson and I'll do Tyson's footwork, right? And you know what I mean? And then we'll just ride him around. No, you know what? Let's take it to the next level. Let's get AI robots, right? Just strap to his feet and then just wheel him around the ring for Jake Paul to punch at. I don't know. There's a
Don, you were in a wheelchair. Don, you were in a wheelchair for a while. Don, you think in a wheelchair you could beat anybody else up in a wheelchair?
Yeah. I'm a bad dude in a wheelchair, yeah. I hate that fucking thing, man. I never want to be in one of those things ever again.
So you're over the weekend, Uriah Faber tapped out to Jeff Glover. Now that's
No. You got it completely backwards.
Oh,
Jeff,
you're right. Tap Jeff Glover. Right.
Oh, really?
Yes.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I watched the whole card. It was a great card. There's a kid from Kings. His name is escaping me, who just looked like, man, top level. But then the main event was a slap jiu-jitsu fight versus Jeff Glover versus good old Uriah Faber. And, Jeff Glover's like one of the best jiu-jitsu guys to ever do sport. I trained with him a million years ago, so I'm a little biased. But he's really good for his weight class. He just does some wild way out stuff.
Wow,
He doesn't really do takedowns. He like comes out backwards and like will jump into a leg lock and
donkey guard.
Yeah, he honestly, like, the beginning of the match was pretty awesome where there was some sweet exchanges and it was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a good jiu-jitsu match. But in my head, I was thinking, Jeff Glover never been hit in the face. And how much is it? And Uriah Faber, you could say a lot of things about him, but he was one of the best ground and pound guys in the entire sport. For the weight class, for him to damage guys the way he did throughout his career was really one like, because I was a ground and pound guy a bit, so and watching his like technique and the way that he would like get his arm free and with no glove on. With a glove, you can kind of hold on to it. It's like a gi for your hand. But with no gloves, you could just slip your hand right out and whack. And that's what he did. So Jeff Glover went from doing some smooth moves to immediately being over adrenalized and just shocked. Let's check it out.
Yo, what's up, people? I got to talk to you about Game Time. Okay, gametime.co. All right. I'm telling you, I'm excited for the NBA playoffs. It's been the best season of basketball I can recall in a long time. Super pumped about it. And Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets even faster and easier, which is great. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to a playoff game? Now, prices on Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets tip-off. I mean, normally you would think it would go up. Nope, going down. And with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. Trust me, you don't want to go there and all of a sudden you're behind. You can't see anything. That would suck. All right. Check out the Game Time app. I know there's a great bunch of NBA games coming up right now. Tonight, it's the Knicks. The Knicks are playing the Sixers, and the Knicks got this. Okay, and I would love to go to that game. Okay, I would. That would be amazing. I'm from New York, so obviously I got to go for the Knicks and the Lakers and pretty much whoever else is winning. All right, and I'm telling you, they got last minute deals, they got flash deals, zone deals, easy to find. You could buy MLB tickets and for every kind of event in your area. They got views from all seats in the venue, lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, job loss protection. If you get fired, you can't make it, something happens. All right, now you could save up to 60% buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater. All right, I know you guys love the theater, especially this audience, Broadway. You guys love Shakespeare. I'm sure we got some very Shakespeare people. All right, now, and they also have in-app deals. They got zone deals, save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. You got all-in pricing. This feature shows total up front. No surprise. That's the worst when you go to other things and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is a great deal. And you get there and it costs you an arm and a leg. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Now download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. That's great. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. All right. Check it out. I'm telling you, this is it. This is what you want to do. Do it now. All right. And also enjoy the rest of this podcast.
This is a sort of a friendly match, but he's very much going for it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can you make it smaller? I can actually see Uriah.
Oh, going bigger. Hold on.
There you go.
So he got to that place because he softened him up with slap.
Yeah, This doesn't tell the tale.
You might be in business here trying to.
I mean, that's a pretty sweet crucifix right there.
Like, the real key to that, and I coach a lot of my guys on this because everybody gets the back and they like think that, okay, I got the back, and they take their time. But if you snatch your forearm across the guy's neck early on in the transition position, like Faber just did, that ends the match real quick. Because if you already are on his neck before you secure the position, either both hooks in or that crucifix like he did, it really makes a big difference. And so, he softened him up with slaps earlier in the match, but by minute 6, it looked bad. Like, it looked like, whoa. Like, I was thinking that, I don't know if the rules even allow it, but it looked like that Glover was going to get finished with slaps, dude. He was like grounding the hell out of him.
Don, do you ever do any tournaments, BJJ?
Sorry?
I was wondering, Don, you ever
No.
how come?
No, I did judo. I did judo, not BJJ.
What were you ranked in judo?
I was a Godon.
Did you say a blow dart? Sometimes you watch
Godon.
the CIA like censoring.
He was a Godon. What's a Godon?
Sounds good. Whatever it is.
10th degree. 10th degree.
10th degree. That's as high as you go, right?
Black belt. No. I think it's no, you go up to 9th degree, I believe.
Oh, but so what? No, so you were 10th, and you can go up to 9th. So you had one above that.
I'm confused.
No. I was 5th.
Oh.
5th degree. I was at 5th degree.
Wow. Now, according to Chael Sonnen, judo is the least effective martial art.
Judo?
Yeah, according to Chael.
He's wrong. He's wrong.
Yeah.
He's just stirring shit. He's stirring shit.
He likes to do that.
But he said there's never been a champion other than Ronda Rousey in judo in the UFC.
Well, now you got the new chick, right?
Yeah, Kayla Harris
or whatever.
Oh
her name
yeah,
is.
Kayla Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's
Yeah,
not a
the new
champion
chick.
yet. She's not a UFC champion.
She will be.
So judo versus jujitsu.
Right,
Do you
right.
think that judo is superior to jujitsu? Because I know that debate goes around a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Because jiu-jitsu came from judo. It's a watered down version. It's just was. It's just groundwork. And, hell, if you judo, you start standing up, you throw them on their fucking head. And the match is over.
Yeah.
Taylor
So,
made a video.
Jiu-jitsu,
He claimed that judo was the
they
least
wrap your head around.
Well, as the
Jiu-jitsu, they wrap around their neck and they jump up and pull you to their back, which is what girls do at the drive-in theater.
Son of a bitch. That shit's funny. Yeah. Look, I don't know. I like judo. I think is missing a little bit of the newaza that jiu-jitsu has, only because you can win the match by throwing the guy ass over tea kettle onto his back, and then it's over with. But in a real fight, that's the end. Like, in jiu-jitsu matches back in the day, sometimes I would run into a judo guy who would throw me great. He would throw me, and I was like, oh shit, but the fight's not over now. And like, he got 2 points, but now I'm on his back. And I didn't even mind. I didn't mind getting it. I was good at break falling. I would break fall and then scramble onto his back and choke him, I really respect judo as a martial art. I think it's one of the most important ones, especially when you're wearing the gi. If you have something to hold on to, it's really, really smart. And I teach a lot of my younger students a lot of the judo techniques and make sure that they know the trips and they know, how to do a headlock throw. It works really good. I mean, Adam, from teaching the kids, a headlock throw for adults, it's like kind of, a very low percentage move. But for the kids, oh my, Like the best.
I hate it though. I hate it because the kids go for it every single time, and I have to unteach it. I have to teach it, but it's the worst because I don't want my kids going it because it really doesn't work in high school, or it does on a fish. In college, it rarely works. Although I have seen it work in college too. It's like anything else. But the problem is the kids go for it every time. But then if I don't teach the counter to it, we're gonna get hit with it by another team. So it's one of those. Drives me crazy. Drives me fucking crazy. All right. Also, what else can we talk about? A couple fights got announced. MVP versus Ian Gary. I love that fight a lot. I don't know if you know this. So, Mayhem, this guy, MVP, Michael Venom Page.
Of course. I'm really familiar with MVP, been watching him forever. But Ian Gary is a question mark. All I hear is like tabloid fodder about this guy is in a weird kinky relationship or something, and he's got I don't know, I never get his fight news. I only get his like sexual. I know way too much about this guy's sexual habits.
Well, he's undefeated as a fighter, undefeated.
Because you like to talk about me banging people every show.
Well, he's undefeated, and he's beaten a lot of good guys. He kicked Neil Magny's ass. And he just beat Jeff Neal, who's also a monster. And the problem is that a lot of people say he's a wannabe Conor McGregor, the way that he kind of, flaunts and this and that. But you know what? So
everybody days. Everybody wants to fight Conor McGregor or be Conor McGregor or both. So, and I don't blame him. It's a good business model.
But lately, also, John Jones also has been.
Tell me, okay, what style of fighter is Ian Gary? Because like I said, I have a very limited. I think I've seen one highlight.
From what I've seen, it's mostly kickboxing. He's got a really solid jab, solid kicks. He's good on the ground, but it seems like he's mostly a stand-up fighter. And he's a solid fighter. But against MVP, that guy, nobody's better at kickboxing than him. I mean
MVP is very difficult to train against a guy like that. Like, where the hell you gonna get super fast, tall black guy with kung fu skills? Like, you can't find that guy anywhere else. So there's nobody to pretend to be MVP. So I don't know. Maybe some taekwondo guys. You got to spar taekwondo guys for this fight. But here's the thing: is that if I remember correctly, like MVP is sort of a fish on the ground. Like, if I'm wrong about that, please correct me. Because
he's gotten much better, but I think that's also why they're matching him up with this guy, because they know that. Now, Don, did you bring in guys that were going to emulate guys you were going to fight? Did you bring in a guy that was like kind of like a Tank Abbott when you fought Tank Abbott or Ken Shamrock?
No, I had my training camp, by guys, and I kept them solid. They kept me straight. And, Steve Owen, my judo sensei, he was my quarterman trader and all that. And he would look at a film and he could dissect it and come up with a plan, and that's how we operate that, And sometimes the guys, because they always wait on me like a guy in the middle of the shark, I mean, I always fought all five guys, every fucking day. So,
what about you, Jason? Did you bring in guys that were going to emulate like like Robbie Lawler?
Always, yeah. Like I always would. I got, I was lucky enough to be, well, not just lucky. Like I searched out different gyms that would emulate the fighter that I had to fight. Well, the thing is that originally I would get as a really young man, I would get brought into different camps to emulate different jiu-jitsu guys because my jiu-jitsu skills, like I was really kind of sought after by different teams to come and be the jiu-jitsu guy. I pretended to be Murillo Bustamante for Dan Henderson. My original trip to California was because Tito Ortiz was fighting Elvis Sinisek, and he was the hotshot jiu-jitsu guy from Australia. And so Tito brought me in to be that guy. And then later, as I, gained some status and, management and training camp built around me, yeah, we'd bring guys in that were very similar. You know, like I had a guy that was, man, I wish I remember that guy's name. He was really good. That punched like Robbie Lawler. Like he would like throw. Yeah. So
Did he ever connect on you in practice?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I mean? But you know, like that's part of the reason I won that fight was because I was so used to seeing a dude you know, throw bungalows at me and you know, come off to the angles. And you know, I got really good at seeing that look. And when you see that look, you get used to it, and then it becomes easier in the fight.
Isn't Robbie a lefty too?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to have a southpaw guy. Well, but see, he's not a natural lefty. He's a guy who stands lefty, but is you know, right-handed. So you got to have.
Sorry, Sam, you're like sideways right now.
Oh,
right?
you're one of those guys. You don't want me. Okay.
That's the look that all his opponent gives right there. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
So Don Frye, by the way, we got Sam Alvey here. I don't know if you know who Sam Alvey is. Sam Alvey has had over 50 fights. Was a star in the UFC.
Bro, oh my God, Sam Alvey's on the show, baby.
My man.
A win over Rashad Evans, win over Dan Kelly, huge wins, and is now the heavyweight karate combat champion. I never even know he knew karate. I don't think he ever did karate in one fight in this UFC, but somehow he's the champion.
I may not know karate, but I know crazy.
Oh God.
Like, did you ever think you'd be the karate heavyweight champion?
Not until I saw the organization. I saw the organization about a year and some months ago, and I thought, I'm going to rule this. And I started hitting them up, and they hit me back. And then they put me in the ring to get hit by other people. And within 2 fights, I was the champ. I've already defended the belt, kind of. And I got another one coming up in July.
It's crazy. But, like, do you have any karate background?
So what I like to tell people is I started my entire MMA journey in a Kempo karate dojo.
Ha! Hell yeah. You like to tell people.
In Wisconsin?
Oh,
in Wisconsin, yeah.
You're 6 years old? Oh, what? He's got
hell yeah, nunchucks.
So I started doing Kobudo in this Kempo karate dojo. So it's weapons and stuff is where I started. But it was in a Kempo studio.
Hey,
so I tell people I started.
Hey, I did 9 months on some nunchucks one time, just so you know.
Oh.
Carry those.
Yeah, but those are ones you made when you were locked up, right?
Oh.
Everyone else was making shivs. You were making nunchucks.
Yeah.
That's how you don't have to mess with them.
By the way, Jason, how many people actually make weapons in there? A lot?
Oh, everybody, bud. Listen, everybody. When I got there, I felt left out. So I was like, I better make a knife, I guess.
Did you make a knife?
Yeah. Listen, I cannot confirm or deny that I took the top of a tuna can and sharpened it on the concrete for 12 hours a day. Yeah.
Wow.
That's serious.
Well, how and then where'd you keep it? Like in your bed? Under your bed?
You hide it on the yard, allegedly.
Oh, got it.
You got to keister it. You got to keister it.
Yeah, you got to put it up the fucking prison pocket, and they're available at all times. Yeah.
Now, not only that, but Sam, it said you were a semi-professional trumpet player.
Yeah. I was a band nerd before I ever got into fighting. I played in this band where I say semi-professional because everyone else made money. I just didn't make any money. So I didn't get paid, but I was in a band that did get paid.
Dude, if you knock people out, you should bring out a trumpet and start playing like right over there.
Yeah.
Caps?
Oh man, it's been a decade since I played. I don't know if I still could. I used to be good. Now I could not be.
But players like funeral music, like dun dun dun, like after he knocks him out. Now your last fight, I watched it. Did you see this? His last fight, it was a good fight. You got headbutt, and you got knocked out headbutt. And they went to the replay, and they're like, "Oh, it didn't count because you got knocked out by a headbutt." Did you know it was a head that hit you?
I had no idea what hit me. But you watch that replay. I had some freaking awesome head movement. I flipped 2 punches, and then his head caught me. So I mean, I missed the head, but I had no idea what hit me. I went down, and I never went out, but I was like, I didn't know what was going on for a few minutes there. And actually, I watched it back. I still think it was an early stoppage, even though he should have hit me a few more times and it would have been over. But I thought it was stopped early. But yeah, I got headbutted, and man, it changed my mindset as to what fighting is. Like if ever I get in a street fight now, I'm just freaking headbutting people. I ain't throwing elbows. There's no kicks. I'm just headbutting people.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Hold on, here, let me. I'll show you that.
Like that's 3 to 5, bro. Don't do that. Don't get no street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Here's what happened to Sam.
Alvey's looking a little.
Oh, and this could be over. Ryan Swarms and Antonio is
See the headbutt from that angle.
heavyweight world champion.
And they ran the replay, and they're like, nah.
Look at
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, got headbutted. No way. No.
Damn.
I don't understand how he celebrated so hard. He must have known what he did.
Oh,
I mean, he know he didn't hit me.
Oh my God.
yeah.
It was completely accidental, but we're inside too.
Yeah, so that's what happened there.
So the trick, the headbutt, he headbutt your nose?
He caught me like on the clean side of my face. It was the lower half, nose, jaw, down this way.
Yeah.
I still don't know how
It
you
was-
do it. Sam, you have 5 kids. You have a food
Six
truck.
kids.
Six
Six
kids.
kids.
6 kids, a food truck, a business, married. You make 10 TikToks a day, all which are amazing, by the way. And you have time to train karate. Like, how do you do it?
I don't know. I don't know how it all. The days just blend together. I just keep getting up early and earlier to get everything done. Like before I got on here, I'm getting ready to take my food truck out. I had to change the oil on all the generators and stuff. So I quick made the food, came outside, got the generators filled up. Then I'm popping on with you. As soon as I'm done here, I got to go get the food from where it was into the truck. And it's constant. But I have a good time doing it. I have a great family. My kids are well enough behaved. And my wife is, my wife does everything better than I do.
What truck is this and where is it? Like, what the hell? I'm pretty.
My food truck?
Yeah, where is it?
Oh, right now it's in my driveway. But I'm close to Nashville.
City are you in, bro? Like, what city?
Murfreesboro, close to Nashville.
Oh,
Don't get PTSD from mentioning Nashville.
oh,
Mayhem.
wow.
Okay. Don't get.
I did start a run in Nashville. Yeah. I'm still. Hey, what kind of food do you got over there?
So we do. The name of the truck is we're the food fight truck. It's just the perfect name. We have the champion, which is deep dish pizza. That's on every menu, and then we have a challenger. The challenging menu rotates. Tonight we're doing paninis, pulled pork paninis and pulled chicken paninis. But then we've done pastas and we've done a little bit of everything.
Wow.
Jason,
So cool.
Jason, you and Sam ever train together?
I'm sorry. No, we never have, bro. Listen, I've been a fan of Sam. Like, I've known him, watched him for a good long time, man. I'm like really pumped to be talking to him right now. Hey, look, let's talk about your training and whatnot. Like, what got you to this stage of your career where you're the karate combat champion, you know? Because what I noticed in the big question mark with these karate guys is, bro, you just body lock them and throw them ass on the ground, bro. Like, that is like a big weapon to have in there. So, like, where'd you pick up wrestling that applies to karate?
Yeah, so in college, I went to college. I never used it, but I paid for it for a long time. I wrestled in college. It was a D3 school, but I enjoyed doing it. I was a good practice dummy. And then Dan Henderson's been my coach for the last 12 years. Dan Henderson, so I've been thrown around by him, and so could you as a teammate. I think I got there just after you left.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I was always bummed we never got to meet each other. But I got thrown around in the training room out there for my whole career. And as you say, the body lock, if you watch my championship fight where I body locked him just constantly and made it miserable for him. And that was kind of the whole game plan. They're all going to be faster than me. I'm not a fast fighter, but I'm a big, strong guy. And now I can beat these karate guys if I can close that distance, get some dirty boxing, some inside clinch wrestling.
It makes your fights like super exciting because like you're always like the big kind of plotting guy, you know, and then you'll like give space, and then the guys come with these little whippy kicks, you know, and you're just like shielding up and like getting fucking dinked and just come with a straight right or just body lock and dump the guy. And then the best is when, you know, that ramp, you know, and I feel like somebody, oh, good, we got some footage here.
And so here he is smiling before the fight. I mean, Don, did you ever smile before a fight?
Yeah.
Don, the mustache covered it.
By the way, and also we have to get Don and Dan Henderson went on a military trip together. Now they don't talk. And neither will tell me why. I think it was too much testosterone for the U.S. military. That's what I think happened.
Substantially taller.
So here he is waving, everybody.
Ramos.
Saying hi.
Your weight class. More traditional.
Hey, well, it's the knockout one.
Yeah.
Sam Alvey, 53%. Fernando Ramos. Nice catch. There. An inside kick that Alvey did. He's going to pull. We saw him in mixed martial.
All right. But see,
Ma'am, have you ever met Boss Bruton?
So let's see that again.
Like, look, he gives space, and then when the guy rushes in, he catch him with the straight right, and then boom, another right hook.
Oh yeah.
And you keep fighting on the ground.
Yeah.
You've got karate combat. They've got the rule. As long as I'm fighting to finish, to let it go. You can't wrestle or jiu-jitsu on the ground, but you can punch a guy.
Well, how disheartening is it for those guys to get dropped with a punch, get socked up for a little bit, you take a breather, and they're like, okay, stand back up. Like, oh, it's like,
but he's not even a heavyweight, too. You fought at 170, right?
So heavyweight in karate combat's 205. Most of I only did 2 fights at 170, and I'll never be there again. Not unless Jake Paul needs me to lose some weight. But 85, 205 has been my weight class for the UFC, mostly 85.
Got it. Now Don fought the number 1 guy in karate in the world, and he never threw a kick before that.
Kickboxing, not karate.
Kickboxing. What was the guy's name?
Jerome LeBanner.
Yeah. So he fought Jerome LeBanner, and they asked him what his strategy was, and he goes, "I never threw a kick in my life," and he popped 5 painkillers, and then went in there and fought him.
it's a tough life.
Sam, is that your strategy?
Without the painkillers, but I'm a ginger. I'm natural painkillers being a ginger. But yeah, I don't kick. I got so much shit after my championship fight because I didn't kick once. 25 minutes or however long it was, not one kick was thrown by me.
Yeah. That was hilarious. This guy was just throwing.
Yeah. I should have thrown some just
You know what it was? It was like one of those videos you see where outside a bar where a dude is like a karate guy and he like, you know, and then just a big burly dude just throws takers. That's what the fights look like, bro. And
you know how to throw a kick? Do you practice with kicks or no?
Oh yeah. No, I've got incredible kicks. I kick the tar out of just about everyone. I know I'm slow. I know my kicks have a lot of oomph behind them, but I know they take a long time to get from the floor to the other guy. And so in the karate combat, everyone's faster than me. I gotta build up my confidence with it, but I know they will beat me if I start kicking too much. So
are they high kicks or are they low kicks?
High. I never throw with the so I'm a guy. I say leg kicks don't hurt. I could take kicks all day from anyone. They don't hurt. So I never bothered with hamstring kicks. I'll kick the calf and I'll kick the head. I don't worry about anything else.
All right, so let's talk about the fights this week. So we got to pick some fights. A big UFC this week. Big pay-per-view. Some guys that you fought are on the card, Sam.
Yeah.
So we
Where's
got
it at?
it's in Newark, New Jersey, UFC 302. It's Islam versus Poirier. I want Poirier, but I got Islam on this one. Sam Alvey.
It's going to be the exact same fight as the first time. Islam's going to bum wrestle him, wear him out, and catch him.
Don.
I'm pulling for Poirier, though.
Sam.
I'm going for Poirier, man. I mean, the toughest guy in the trailer park. That's my boy.
Bill.
I got to go with Poirier because America.
I know, but not who we want to win, though. Who do we think is going to win?
Yes, it is who you want to win.
All right. Mayhem.
Yeah, this is not a betting show, okay? I'm not giving my heart pick. My heart's with the Poirier. You know? I want him to rise up and overcome. It will be in like if Poirier wins the fight, he should just retire and start a damn, what is that thing called? A water park. I feel like that would be
a food truck. You can get a food truck and cook up garbage cans.
You know what, Sam, though? Sam, I thought they fought too, right? But it says they never fought each other.
Islam and Poirier?
Yeah, where do you see that they fought? Because I'm like, am I losing my mind? Because I'm looking, he fought St. Dennis, he fought Gaethje, Chandler, Oliveira, Connor, Hooker, Khabib. Where do you see? I don't think they ever fought. I think we're all thinking of Khabib.
I think Khabib.
Maybe I am. Well, shoot. Man, I have said that everywhere. Nobody corrected me. Dang, man.
I was thinking the exact same thing. But then I'm like, wait a minute. When did they? And then I'm like, wait, when did they fight? And I don't think they did fight.
Yeah, dang.
I think we're thinking of Islam versus Gaethje, right? Is that what we're thinking of?
Yeah. Both directions. Like we both thought the generic white guy was the same guy, and we both thought that a Muslim. Yeah.
Are we thinking of Islam, Gaethje? Maybe they didn't fight either, because I'm looking at Islam. It says, or did they just erase that fight so that no one thinks that they fought before?
Who's Islam fought? He fought
Alex Volkanovski, Oliveira, Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, Thiago Moises, Drew Dober, Dobby Ramos.
He's only defended once or twice, huh? Volkanovski twice and
because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, did I miss a fight with Islam? I thought the same thing.
Yeah. All right, I'm changing my vote. I'm saying Poirier because he's never fought before.
Yeah.
Look,
right.
I don't.
Right.
I'll Poirier that fight, but I'm hoping he does. Maybe the guillotine will finally work. Yeah. It's like a weird one where we all want Poirier to win. So it's like maybe that our good juju, we're gonna manifest win.
Use the secret.
It's that's a tough fight, bro. Like Makachev. How do you say it? Makachev?
Makachev.
The smart money is there, but dude, everybody wants Poirier to win, and there's something to be said for a little hometown advantage.
So Sean Strickland versus Costa. Sam, have you trained with Strickland?
Yeah, Strickland and I are buddies.
What was that like?
He's an asshole. I love him, but he's an asshole. There's only a few people that can train with Sean consistently because he beats everyone up. He's actually the one that broke my jaw years ago. Had me wired shut for 6 weeks. Yeah.
How did he break it?
Through a little. I was beaten hell. This is the part of our career where I won every time we sparred. And he broke my jaw. He never looked back. It was a little flip kick, just kind of hit me in the chin and split my teeth wide open. I just knew immediately what had happened. Wired me shut for 6 weeks. I had to pull out of a fight. Son of a gun. But we're still buddies.
Was he sorry or no?
Yeah. He was sad I wasn't there to keep sparring with him.
Oh, wow. All right. So who do we like, Strickland or Costa?
Is it 5 rounds or 3 rounds?
I think
it's co-main, so 5, right?
No, 3. It'll be 3 rounds. It's not for a title.
Oh, yeah, it's not for a title, but I heard that it was going to be 5 rounds. But I also heard Islam fought Poirier already.
Okay, so if it's 5 rounds.
5 rounds, I'm taking Strickland for sure.
Yeah. I agree with that assessment.
And then 3 rounds?
3 rounds, I'm taking Strickland, I think.
And then Don Frye?
I go with Strickland. My boy. Yeah, he's going to have to win. He'll pull it out.
Was he a nice guy when you worked together?
Yeah. He's an asshole to everybody else. He's real polite to me.
Mayhem, do you ever train with him?
No, I never got a chance, no. I think that he's going to jab the shit out of Costa and kind of move off to the side and whatnot. It's going to be a weird one, like maybe a grappling exchange. I think the Strickland can like do the smart fight.
Bill?
Yeah, it is a 5-round fight, by the way. Just so you know,
there you go.
It is.
Yeah. I just think that Costa's got that one punch knockout power that I don't know. I'm on the fence.
The other guy's got the hardest head in the world, though.
That's true.
He's got like Mike Perry head where there's nothing in it. and at the same time, it's completely loaded. Now, a guy that you fought, right? Michael Alexajuik, you fought him, right, Sam?
Yeah, he's. I've got over 80 fights. He's the only guy that has ever kicked the shit out of me before, and he kicked the shit out of me.
Well, with what? Like how? What? How did it?
So it was my last fight in the UFC. It's the fight that we didn't resign with him with. First, he came out. He broke my jaw. I broke my jaw twice. His first punch caught me. He just broke my jaw immediately, and then it was all downhill from there. I just couldn't get my feet under me. Shot in, stuffed down. He kind of hit me. I got back up. He hit me some more, put me back down. I thought it was a little bit of an early stoppage again, but it was at no point in the fight did I look like I knew how to fight.
Now your wife's in your corner. What is she saying to you?
Quit getting punched in the face, dumbass.
You're making me look bad, honey.
John, what would your wife say to you if she was in your corner?
She would say that you're making me look bad. You're embarrassing me.
Oh God.
And then Mayhem,
it's all about her.
What would some of your exes say?
Oh, they say, "Don't worry, babe. We'll blow you later."
That's awesome. My wife would be like, "Why are we doing this, dude?" Or she'd be on her phone shopping for dresses or something. So, all right. So this fight, have you trained with Kevin Holland?
I have not. I've always wanted to, but I haven't.
So who do we like in this fight?
Shoot, I didn't realize Holland was fighting this soon. This close. I'm taking Holland in the fight. Him. He hit me real well, but he didn't do any. I mean, like, it took a long time for him to finish me. I think Holland has more tools than he does. I think he's able to finish it. He's got a better shot than I do. I think Holland has more experience as well.
Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with him. Like, yeah, maybe Holland can figure that out. You know, especially since this guy fought him before and realizes like what the guy can do.
Don?
I'll go with Holland too.
All right. I'm going with the other guy. Anyone that can kick the shit out of Sam Alvey.
I
think he's gonna win.
Favor on my decision. You know, I think maybe Holland is in over his head, but you know that's why they do the fight. I don't know, man. This card is interesting.
Yeah. Any other fights you guys want to go over before we end?
Well, since he's fighting, you know you're going to see a highlight of him beating me up during the fight, so I look forward to that.
Mickey Gall is fighting. Mickey Gall has had the weirdest career in the history.
I didn't know he was still in the UFC.
So he's fought Mike Jackson. He fought CM Punk, Sage Northcutt, Diego Sanchez, and Mike Perry. Like,
wow.
I can't think of
along to be a star, but it seems like he has like underperformed, I guess. Like, you know, they really thought that he was going to rise up to like the next level, but he's been here in undercard held for a long time, right?
Well, he won his first three. He kicked everyone's ass. And Sage Northcutt and Punk were two guys. I think that their UFC was put a lot of money into it, and he kind of was. He ended those hype trains. Not that CM Punk was a hype train, but you know what I'm talking about. But then he lost to Randy Brown, which is, you know, and then he lost to Diego Sanchez. I think that was the one they were like, what's going on? Because it was this because Diego was on like a 6-fight losing streak before that. And then he lost to Mike Perry. But he's been winning and losing. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Nice guy, real nice guy, Mickey Gall.
So he should not have lost to Mike Perry. He should have beaten Perry. But if I recall, Perry like hulked out, like just out of nowhere. So, all right, I'm stronger than you. And just like got stronger than him and won.
Yeah, well, it seems like that he has a problem with guys that have been in the deep waters before. You know, where like he can't figure it out if the guy is higher fight IQ. You know, like
Don, is that your belly or your dog, Don?
It's me. That's my back.
Oh, nice. All right. And before we go, all right. So have you guys seen the Bryce Mitchell is homeschooling his kid video?
No, God.
Okay, we got to play this because
Earth is flat and we lived with the dinosaurs.
Bryce Mitchell is one of a kind. I happen to like Bryce a lot. But man, what?
See that boy from Arkansas?
Yeah, he's a guy from Arkansas that was mad at his ex for cutting down his apple tree, I think, right? Was it the apple tree?
Yeah.
And then he was like, when he got into the UFC, he said the earth was flat. He wanted to debate Joe Rogan over it. He wanted camo shorts. He's just the guy. He was put on Tucker Carlson a bunch of times. He named his kid Tucker after Tucker Carlson. And great at jiu-jitsu. I think he won a couple fights by what was it? By what's that crazy movie he was doing by Twister? He got knocked out hard his last fight. Knocked out hard. He also challenged Ben Shapiro to a fight recently for putting down Candace Owens. And now he's homeschooling his kids. So I'll explain to you guys why he's doing this, or I won't explain it. He'll explain it to you.
12 pounds. Hey, I want to show y'all Tucker James. He's over 12 pounds now. He's born at 7.8 pounds. So he's very healthy. He's doing very good. I wanted to encourage y'all not to vaccinate your children because I think it's bad for their health. Could potentially kill them, give them some type of, make them autistic. I mean, seriously, these vaccines are poisonous. So, don't vaccinate your kids. Tucker's also going to be homeschooled. We're going to have to homeschool our kids or they're all going to end up turning gay. And that's the reason I'm going to homeschool Tucker, because I don't want him to be a communist. I don't want him to worship Satan. I don't want him to be gay. I'm going to have to homeschool him. Now, look, guys, out of the public schools, they took the most valuable book of all time, which is the #1 selling book of all time. The oldest, most accurate historical document that there ever was, the Bible. They took it out of the schools and they replaced it with Edgar Allan Poe, who shacked up with his cousin. Okay, he's going to be reading Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, he's going to be reading the Bible. That's just how it is, and I'm just telling you, if you don't teach your kid these things, he's going to be fed right to the devil.
All right, so
how many vaccines is that guy on?
I mean, look, if he wants to not vaccinate, I understand about unvaccinating your kid. I totally get it. As if people don't want to vaccinate their kid, I get it.
How dare you make this show 75% stupider by giving a platform to the flat Earth? You know what I'm saying?
For homeschooling your kid, if your kid's going to be gay, he's going to be gay, or she's going to be a lesbian. It's not your school that's going to make them gay. What?
Bro, him and Tila Tequila should get married and raise their kids. What is going on in the world, bro? That people think the earth is flat? What? You know what? You just pissed me off right now, bro.
Why did I piss you off? Why did I piss you off?
You put this guy on the show. How dumb are us MMA fighters? Listen, bud, I 50 fights, never got knocked out, okay? And maybe my brain is less damaged than that guy's, okay? Because the earth ain't flat. First of all,
okay, the earth is not flat, but I'm saying that going to school is not going to make you gay or a communist. That's
I don't know about the communist part.
I was going to say, I'm not sure
wait a second, buddy. They're right there.
I have a communist daughter.
You have a communist daughter?
Berkeley made her communist for sure.
Don just left to go get a gun.
Damn right.
Sam Alvey, what are your thoughts on this?
Power to him. I don't know. I wonder what Arkansas is. I mean, I don't. I'd recommend getting at least a few of those shots. Just a few. Get polio. Get the polio shot. That's a bad one.
Right.
You can, get polio. Chickenpox will be all right without that one. Yeah, maybe pick a couple of them.
Right.
Yeah,
just a few.
Yeah.
The kids have measles, mumps, rubella, and autism. This kid.
No. Right. You're absolutely right. And of course, a couple of those shots, 100%. But the COVID shot, I can see why parents were against.
Oh, no.
That's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Am I the only one that thinks science works on this show?
No, but I wasn't going to have my kid take a COVID shot at 3 when it was 2 when it came out.
Fuck no.
Oh, my God. You guys are taking. Listen, bud. I that's the crazy. Okay, back before Facebook, nobody would have questioned taking a vaccine. Now that everyone has a Facebook and they've done their internet research, I've done my. through all my friends on Facebook who tell me that vaccines are bad. Bro, all of a sudden now we're scared. I'm not. Oh man.
No, we're fucking intelligent. We've got some knowledge. We got some knowledge, and we looked into it.
Look, I'm gonna go join every Facebook group, and maybe I'll get smart.
Well, I don't know about that. You're kind of pushing it, But there is some intelligence that we received by not just taking the government's word for everything, But I mean, you got to take the government's word. Joe Biden says he's great. There's nothing wrong, and the border's closed. And what do you complain on?
Yeah.
I mean, good point.
Right. Listen, you're right. Everyone has a right. I just don't understand the whole. I'm going to homeschool my kids who doesn't become gay. I'm not sure that's the answer. I don't think that's the answer. At the same time, Bryce Mitchell is hilarious. I mean, he is entertaining as hell.
And a good fighter. I mean, let's not forget, he is a good fighter.
He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. Yeah. So, I mean, Jason's not impressed. But whatever.
No, I think he's a great fighter, but even better scientist. I
think. All right. What do we have coming up? Don.
Oh, hell. I got to go over to San, where am I going? San Antonio to do I think it's a Dark Side of the Ring or Dark Side of the Cage or something like that for somebody about the Pride organization.
Oh, so, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they already got Quentin in there and a few other guys.
Jason, you Pride, right? Jason, you're doing that.
Yeah, I had a Pride contract, but then the UFC bought it out. So it's like, that's
it counts.
But you fought in Pride, didn't you?
Yeah, over there, yeah. And the Dream organization, we had a big entrances and all that.
Yeah. Well, you should be in that too.
Yeah, the little schoolgirls, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Jason, what do you got coming up?
Buddy, man, I got to coach a bunch of dudes that are fighting. I don't have a guy fighting for another 3 weeks. So as soon as, there's a lot of grinding in front of me.
Sam has an organization, is a friend of mine, Sean Merriman.
Oh, yeah.
So let me know if you want any of your guys in that organization.
All right, I'm into it, bro. I'll hit you up about that.
And then, Alvey, when's your next fight?
I'm defending my belt. Hopefully no headbutt this time in Nashville, July 25th.
Nice.
You're going to have your food truck outside the front, bro?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah, I want it to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill, what do you got coming up?
Just Laugh Factory every Wednesday, and then Improv Thursday.
Sick. I might have to get them.
Yeah, come on down.
All right, bro. I will. I'll drop your name at the front. I think I'm thrown out of one of those.
I can't imagine that.
Which is the one place you showed up wearing, like, you were naked but wearing a fur coat?
Oh, yeah. Laugh Factory. Oh, wait. Improv. Yeah. Improv. Yeah. Wasn't naked. You know what I mean? I was wearing a phone.
But you came from a fight, right? When your nose bleeding or something?
I came from a knife fight. I was all stabbed up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Is that before or after you got your balls wired?
Like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get our TikTok numbers up, bro. I think I got to do a fucking collabo with Alvey right now, bro. It's me and Sam.
We'll make it happen.
We got to do that, bro. Hit me up, bro. I got a TikTok. I suddenly got 1,000 followers, and here we go, baby. I'm going to be doing the live. Doing it live.
Go on live. Yeah, we'll make it happen, my man. That'll be great.
Hell yeah.
All right. And go to AdamHunterComedy.com for my schedule. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. You guys are the best.
Adam